Nigeria's Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, retired this week, warned Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi and other officials perceived as sympathetic to terrorists and bandits, cautioning them against providing overt or covert support to criminal elements seeking to destabilize the country. Speaking in Maiduguri, Borno State, which has been the epicenter of Nigeria's decade-and-a-half struggle against insurgency and terrorism in the northeast, General Musa made it clear that those who engage in such acts of sabotage do not represent any form of regional, ethnic or religious brotherhood, stressed that Nigerians must refrain from supporting or justifying criminal activities in any form, and explained that his remarks were deliberate and purposeful, not merely symbolic. And of course, the Rise News analyst Dayo joins us now to discuss the Defense Minister's timely warning to Gumi, as well as the need for the federal government to rein in perceived terror sympathizers in the effort to curb insecurity in the lands. Good to have you with us, Mr. Sobowale.
It's a pleasure. Yes, yeah.
All right, on matters of national security, why is Sheikh Gumi still given relevance, or are we still negotiating with terrorists and bandits at this rate?
Oh, well, you saw or heard what happened in Katsina, where they are negotiating with bandits. And they have negotiated in the past and failed, but the governor and the minister in charge of the matter are still negotiating with terrorists. You see what the Minister of Defense is saying now is long overdue. And it's because of the arrogance and thinking of infallibility of people, clerics like Sheikh Gumi. They talk at government anyhow and they get away with it. But I think all that is about to end. Because if you look at it historically, Muslim clerics in the Middle East especially have always been very powerful in taking on government. But you see, they cannot prosper there because the petro state, you have the rich emirs. They don't practice our own brand of democracy. They still have their sultanate, they have their monarchy, so they keep them in check. But you see, when Ayatollah Khomeini drove away the Shah in 1979, this thing became preponderant. And in Nigeria especially, they think they are the alternative to government. Look at our politics. Look at the Muslim ticket. They use that to threaten this president every corner of the road. He is one of such people. What the Minister of Defense has said is another way of saying my enemy's friend is my enemy, or my enemy's enemy is my friend. What he has said, the thief is always the thief. I know Gumi will come out and give a philosophical answer to explain who a thief is and why he should not be taken, and why a friend should not be taken harm. But that is not the issue. He should be taken care of and taken to court. It's not enough for a Minister of Defense who was preaching kinetic and non-kinetic with the apostle here, the other time, but they did not achieve much with the non-kinetic. You get me? What we need is a force to defeat, if not defeat, to deter these terrorists, these bandits, these kidnappers. That again is the duty of government. The rhetoric of appealing to someone like Gumi to stop saying some things, it's not all. It's not only the Minister of Defense who will do it. It's not only the Army Chief who will do it. You get me? Concrete steps will be taken to make sure that he faces the wrath of the law if he incites people against government or supports banditry.
Okay.
Yes.
What's up, Mr. Sobowale?
Yes.
I'm just wondering, from your perspective, why do you think there is not a unified approach when dealing with terrorism in the country? For instance, when we saw what happened with Nnamdi Kanu with his terrorism charges, given a life sentence, and we see selective application depending on location or depending on the individual. When are we going to see a unified approach to terrorism in this country?
You can never have it unless you do not know our cultural background. And I will explain. That of Kanu is a rebellion against the Nigerian state, and it was taken to court and taken care of legally. This other one, I've been saying it here before, that we are fighting the war in which our soldiers, or some of them in key positions, don't even have the stomach for it. You see, we have a north-south divide. We have a religious divide. You get me? So you have to live with that. And that is the potpourri of that, the mixture of that, makes up our political landscape. And that is why we have, again, the Muslim ticket.
Okay.
You get me? Succeeding in spite of the fact that half the nation, if not more, are Christians. But that is the political equation.
Well, Mr. Sobowale, based on what you're saying, that
Yes.
can never happen, and you've painted out all these factors,
Yes.
are you now concerned that this administration doesn't also have the stomach to deal with terrorism head-on, especially when we consider the lobbying situation that just happened or came out a day or two ago, where the amount of money was paid to a certain firm to basically drive the narrative that something is being done, to communicate that something is being done to address the terrorism charges or terrorism allegations against, or killings against Christians. So they were more seeing a case of being more concerned about optics than actually investing in crushing terrorism. So where do we go from here?
We go to a situation whereby we face reality, which we are neglecting. You get me? Terror is not a one-way fight. It's not a situation where you have a battlefield where you gather and you sort it out. It's multifaceted and it manifests in so many ways. You have banditry. You get me? You know where it happens. You have jihadism, and you know they also have, they call it harder farmer something. But you see, the Americans got a different information. That is, they are killing Christians. But we know on the ground here that it's not we can't partition it easily like that. Because there are so many aspects and so many areas of confrontation. So many areas of confrontation. You see, Gumi is setting himself up like an alternative government based on religious ground. It should be called to order. We are talking of the East. We know what happened in the East. We know the history of this country. See, you have to look at things with a balanced eye. With a balanced eye. Let's go on. Yes.
All right, on that note, Mr. Dayo Sobowale, a Rise News analyst, I'd like to thank you for your thoughts on that issue. It's good to have you with us as always.
Well done.